Oh, up, up, dee dee da, bow, up, dee da, bow, up, da, ba, dum, dee dee dee, bow, da, bow. Oh, hi, I'm Ben. You started for doing. Okay. Wow. It's really been a while. We haven't roasted some tracks on the stream for quite some time, so given that it's Feedback Friday, um, I'm going to roast some tracks. The roast channel is now closed on the Discord so that people don't spam. So I'll only be roasting tracks that have already been submitted, and I will be picking at random. So let's get started. First one here is Beep Beep Child with Replace My Love. Okay, let's do it. How can I live if I don't have your love now? 'Cause it's not easy for you. Promise that you never leave me alone, but you forgot that. We're so quick to replace all my love and the means you were never in love. You were so quick to replace all my love, my love, how can I live if I don't have your love now? 'Cause it's not easy for you. Promise that you never leave me alone, but you forgot that. We're so quick to replace all my love and the means you were never in love. You were so quick to replace all my love, my love, Beep Beep Child, bravo! That was fucking dope, man. So, I mean, everything about that track sounded really, really well done. Super professional, great sound selection, excellent chord progression, which we'll analyze in just a second. Good vocals as well, great arrangement, very pretty. My only real piece of feedback is that it sounds exactly like Medicine. If you told me that Medicine had made that track, I would be like, totally, bro. Um, so yeah, it's kind of biting a little bit. um, and yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they always say that good artists borrow, great artists steal. Am I right? Um, so, I mean, I guess it shouldn't really matter that it sounds exactly like Medicine. I mean, it doesn't really. I mean, it depends if originality is what you're going for. If you value originality, then yeah, that's a problem. But if not, then fuck it, bro. Well done. Um, cool. All right. So, let's uh, let's hear it again. Okay, this is a problem. For some reason, my keyboard app is not reacting, so I'm gonna go ahead and open that again because I want to analyze the progression here. There we go. All right. Let's rewind. Okay, let's analyze that. So we're going between. Yeah. So we're just going, we're in the key of A, E flat major, and then we're just going between the 1 and the 4. Once again, E flat major, and then A flat major, and then it looks like there is a secondary dominant happening here. Let's take a listen. Okay, so it looks like let's just see what's going on there. Let's see that third chord, and any of you theory nerds in the comments, feel free to help me out. I wanna flex everybody's theory knowledge today, okay? I find it important. Shit, what is that chord? Okay, so we're going. Yeah. Okay, so that's what's going on. So we're going E flat major 7, A flat major 7. We're going good. And then we're doing C dominant 7th. Remember, the dominant 7th chord has a lot of tension. Remember, the dominant 7th chord is a major chord with this minor 7th on top. So what we're getting is we're getting a major chord. Oh, I'm almost out of disk space. Better delete Uncle Joe's porn stash. We're getting a C major 7 and an E diminished 7. Sorry, E diminished. That's how we're getting the dominant 7th there. And remember, the dominant 7th chord, to use Matt Donner's excellent Donnerism, the dominant 7th chord is like Agent Smith in The Matrix. Agent Smith's superpower and his entire goal in life is to follow the 1. So if this is the 5, the 1 is what, guys? What is the 1 of C? So if C is 5, what would be the 1? Anybody can figure this out? Anybody? C is 5, what's the 1, guys? Okay, I'll give it away. C is 5, the 1 is... the 1 is F minor. So C is 5, F is the 1. Yep. We're going to F minor 7, and then B flat major 9, and then we're back to the 1, which is E flat. So in total, it's going... Yeah. a flat 5. And then back to 1. So let's just hear it one more time. I'm going to play it with the beat. Yes, F. How can I live if I don't have your love now? 'Cause it's not easy for you. Yeah, so he's doing, yep, he's doing the augmented fifth. He's doing, yeah, so he's going. That's pretty dope. So he's going once again, E flat major 9, A flat major 9, back to E flat, C dominant 7th, F minor 9th, back to E flat. Really cool progression, really well done. Great use of secondary dominance. This program is called Chordy. It's like 20 bucks, 25 bucks. Used it in my last video. Really, really useful program for teaching theory, for doing theory videos. I know a lot of people on YouTube use it as well. It's excellent. I love it. Sometimes you could really fuck it up, like this chord right here. It's like E flat. These are all the other ways that this same chord could be called. Yeah, I love that. It's just like, I don't even know what to do with that shit. Cool. So yeah, let's keep listening. I wonder what else. Same exact progression here. I'm wondering if he changes it ever. Nope, same thing. Same thing. By the way, that is super dope. Melody's fucking awesome in this one. Wondering if there's a change though. Same thing. Same thing. Nothing new here. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. So it looks like it's going. Whoops, that's a completely different song. Looks like iTunes opened up because I pressed the play button. So I want to see what's going on with this. Okay, so it looks like we're going the same thing. extra tension. Basically, he's just falling by fifths. Basically Jazz Theory 101. You just use the dominant seventh to fall by fifths. Beautiful. Anyways, spent a lot of time on that track because I thought the theory was really cool, and it's a great track. So thank you, Beep Beep Child. That was cool. Turn up my voice. Yeah, I'm happy to do so. Bada bing, bada boom. Here I am. Nice. All right. Cool. Let's keep going. I'm going to close my eyes, and we're going to scroll up. We're going to scroll up randomly to a random track. What do you think about that? Where is it going? Where is it going? Okay. Flaherty. All right. Let's hear it. Oops. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for sending that in, Flaherty. So what I'm hearing is, a solid Pretty decently well done, you know, EDM pop house banger in the vein of like Marshmello. Um, Marshmello. By the way, here's a cool conspiracy about Marshmello. What if, and my friend Nate was talking about this last night, what if Marshmello is actually a different person in each city he plays? That is, they pay like some guy like $2,000 or whatever, make him sign like a fat ass non disclosure agreement, put him in the back of a bus, put the mask on so that he can't hear anything, push him out on stage in front of 10,000 people so that he mimes and kind of dances around for an hour, and then pay him $2,000, maybe break his legs and put him back in his apartment. And then they just do that for every new city. He would make so much money. Also, pay random people to ghost produce his tracks. Dude, that's the key to EDM success right there, dude. Marshmello, if you have that down, if you're listening right now, props to you, man. That's how you make it in the industry, bro. Anyways, um, so one thing that I noticed is the track is a little repetitive. It by the especially by the end of the second half there, it was clear that we were not going to get any new musical information. One thing that Marshmello does really well is that his tracks are very short. So I think you could very easily slice off like a minute off this, because by the time we get to the second drop, it's like we've heard the same melodic idea before, and it is a very good melody. It's catchy, but it might not be enough without a vocal to sustain the whole track there. There's one thing that I'm noticing, and that is in your build-ups. The transition from your build section to your drop is very awkward. It feels rushed. Let me show you what I mean. So, building up. Okay, let's point that out. Yeah, that's a little strange. I feel like you could have a little bit more space between your build up and your drop to sort of give us some silence, and then hit us again with the build up, with the drop there. Also, during the drop, that seems to come out of nowhere. That whole that the snare with the fuck ton of reverb or whatever. See, there's a couple instances where you use that sound in particular right at the beginning of a phrase, where it feels completely out of place. It sort of takes you back. That's sort of more used at the end of phrases as a fill, as a sort of transition between one section and the next. It's a little strange hearing that right at the beginning of your drop there. Now let's actually listen and see if there's any difference between your first drop and the second one. So that whole thing, you need a little bit more space there. King Chemist, you got it. By the way, thank you for showing up for the masterclass. I really appreciate that. My voice is still very quiet, but it seems like I'm already clipping on the mic. So, let's try maybe doing this. I'm going to change this, properties, built-in mic. Maybe I'll go ahead and turn down the desktop audio. I think that might be a better solution. So I'm just going to do this. Okay. And then I'm actually going to turn my mic up maybe like 150. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's work with that. Maybe like 180, let's say. Okay. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm probably clipping right now. Cool. So yeah. No difference between the second drop and the first. Your build-ups feel rushed. Couple places where you have these fills that are a little out of place. And the mixing is not perfect. Unfortunately, perfection is the standard for the kids these days. So I would put this against, I would look at the kind of transitions you've made and some of the feedback that we've presented. Some of the people in the comments are providing great feedback as well. And yeah, make those changes to the arrangement, and then use 3 or 4 reference tracks by some of your favorite EDM producers to sort of see where your mix stacks up there. because once again, the standard is perfection. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll to the next track. Let's keep going. I'm scrolling. I'm going up and down randomly. All right. Okay. Now we got Uida with Mev. Okay. Yeah. So guys, just to be clear, this roast channel is locked right now. So I'm only going to be roasting tracks that have already been submitted. The reason why we do this is y'all keep spamming the channel when I start doing this. You know, understandably so. You guys want to get roasted on the live stream, but it discourages people from roasting each other in the Discord, and that's really what it's all about. So, anyways, thank you, Brink, for locking it down. All right, let's take a listen. Oops. Okay, let's keep going. Cordango. Let's do Derek's first day of school. Here we go. Let's see where we're at here.
One of the most interesting things in the world. This is a yoga. This is a way of realization. Try and imagine what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up. And if you think long enough about that, something will happen to you. In other words, we all know very well that after people die, other people are born. And they're all you. Only you can only experience it one at a time. Everybody is I. You all know you're you. And wheresoever beings exist throughout all galaxies, it doesn't make any difference. You are all of them. And when they come into being, that's you coming into being. You know that very well. Only you don't have to remember the past. You don't have to know how to shine the sun. You just do it. Like you breathe. Doesn't it really astonish you that you are this fantastically complex thing? And that you're doing all of this and you never had any education in how to do it? You never learned that you're this miracle?
All right. So, thank you, Cordango. Derek's first day of school. Looks like he was lucky enough to attend an Alan Watts lecture. Very good for Derek. He really needs that sort of, kick in the throat, intellectually speaking. As far as the track goes, I mean, it's a solid chord progression. I like the sound that you're using. The drums sound really cool, except they're ultra compressed and there's no body to them. There's no punch to them. They've just kind of been flattened out. I think really the main issue, and it's just, for anybody who's heard me roast lo-fi hip-hop and tracks in general before, I always just say the same fucking thing. B section, mother flipping B section, bro. Right now, it's the same idea that you've presented, in the first 30, 45 seconds that is basically unchanged for the duration of the 3-minute song. You bring in the drums, you take them out. You bring them back in, you take them out. You bring them back in, put an Alan Watts sample to justify the extra length, then take them out. So, I think the same could be done in a minute and a half. Or reward the listener. Instead of, giving us a lecture, after all, we came here to listen to music, maybe underneath the Alan Watts sample, you could write a B-section chord progression, perhaps, just to justify the extra length. Because what you have here is a solid start. It does feel like Derek's first day of school, but, what about lunchtime, when Derek has no friends and he's feeling alone and sad? Perhaps that could be an opportunity to create another dimension of emotional content to the piece. Nonetheless, solid track. Thank you for sharing, Chordango. All right. Where can I submit a track? Okay, so for the love of God, we close the submissions because people only submitted during the live streams. You can submit your track after the live stream is over, and then, hopefully, I'll get to it next stream. How does that sound? All right. I'm going to close my eyes again. Let's see what we got here. We got Tilson, All I Have. Let's take a listen. Cool. All right, that was Tilson. All I have are two chords. Just kidding, man, bro. That was a sick track. Um, really dope, housey, lo-fi, laid-back vibe. Kind of like reminds me of Darius. You know, DJ Seinfeld, Ross from Friends, stuff like that. As far as all the elements go, I think it works really well. The only place where I feel like we've sort of lost it a little bit is this breakdown here. So after the first drop, right here. So it's sort of unclear what's going on here. So we have this breakdown section. It's the same chord progression. You introduce this new kind of funky melody, and then you get rid of everything new we added, which was really only one thing when the drop hits. So I feel like this breakdown section starting at 2 could be an opportunity to create a greater departure. Same thing I told Mr. Cordango, by the way. Write a B section there. And use the melody and kind of take it further away from where you started before dropping back into the original groove for the second drop. And really see if you can make that second drop distinct from the first. Right now, you take away everything new you've added right when it starts, in this case, the melody. So once again, I feel like it's a greater opportunity to sort of break it down even further in this section. So one thing you could try doing is filtering down on the chords almost completely, and then maybe introducing a new patch to play a different chords progression, or even the same one, just in a more maybe percussive way. You know, it is house music, so it doesn't change that much, but still, I mean, we could do a little bit more there. And you know, mixing stuff aside, I mean, it's a lo-fi house, so it doesn't have to sound amazing. Don't worry about the mix and master, really. It's just these arrangement things that I feel like you could work on. Cool. All right. Closing my eyes again. Let's keep going. All right. Down we go. Down we go. Down we go. Up we go. Down we go. Up we go. Okay. Well, nope. That was that was back to where we were. Up we go. Down we go. Up we go. Down we go. Okay. That's the same guy. Up we go, down we go, up we go, down we go, up we go, up we go, up we go. Okay. Datura Hex. Here we go. Let's try this. Dope. Yo, Tour Hex, that was awesome, man. Honestly, don't really have any feedback for you. I really dig the dark vibe. Reminds me of people like Arca, Burial, super, just like deep, muted, fucked up, warped vocals. Um, I like, I honestly don't really have much to say on it. I think everything you did there was great. Um, as far as the mix and master goes, it sounds fine to me. I'm listening on headphones and through SoundCloud, so it's not the best, but of course, you can use reference tracks. That's what I would do. Pick a Burial track, pick an Arca track, see what you like there, how it stacks up. But that was just really cool, honestly. I don't really have much to say. Um, Maybe was expecting more towards the ending, like Holy Warrior Joy mentioned. Perhaps you could do something a little different there. Um, but yeah, I mean, maybe you could do more with resampling the vocals, or do some vocal chops, or bring in new vocals. Because that is one of the coolest things about the track. You could make the percussion go a little bit more crazy towards the end, but there's also something to be said for keeping it restrained, like we do Derek in our basement. But yeah, excellent work, man. Okay. All right, let's keep scrolling up and down, up and down. What do we got here? Mataf, Strains, weird industrial shit. Let's hear it. Oh baby, Mataf with Stains. Wow, that was pretty funny. um, yeah, it's not the best. It's very entertaining though. I just love how like dark the bass is trying to be right here. But it's such a corny preset, man. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh man. Yeah, I mean, and then you get kind of into this sort of like old school 90s, like almost like Darude Sandstorm type lead. And that's just really funny too. Oh my god. Yeah, it's not even like that bad. It's just I don't know. There's something really kind of endearingly amateur about it with the sound design and how quiet the drums are and like the roots, preset Casio 90s samples you're using. It's just I don't know. It brightened my day. I don't know what I could offer in terms of constructive feedback. Maybe pick fuller, more modern sounds if you want this to be taken seriously as, you know, a track for people to listen to. But I don't know, man. If I was, a European living in a Berlin warehouse, smoking cigarettes outside, as one of the comments, one of the people in the live stream eloquently put it, maybe I would be fucking with this too. Wearing some baggy jeans, taking some fizz, Anyways, either way, Mataf, I think you brighten our day. Maybe it's Mataf. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going somewhere else. For I think this will be our last one. Keep scrolling. All right. Ozone Imager, that's a good one. Lo-fi beat, that doesn't sound appealing. This is a whip I made today. Oh, nope, it's playing again. Alright, let's just hear the whip. Why is this playing again? Okay, can I go somewhere else and it'll stop? Okay, thank you, Discord. Alright, test. Let's see here. This is a pretty awesome cover, so I'm just going to check this out. Oh, can't find it. Okay, Zero and Coffee and Syrup. Let's check it out. Cool. Yeah, excellent work. Thank you, Zeron, for sending that through. Couple things. I think it's a good start. I think it just needs more. The drums sound dope, although it feels like you've cut the low end out of them almost completely. The main guitar groove, the kind of funky guitar, that works. The chord progression I'm not sure about because it feels like the bass is not doing its job of supporting the root notes of the chords on top. So let's real quick figure out your progression here. it's 4-1. I think we're doing. I think it's the same progression almost as the first track we roasted today. Oh my God, SoundCloud, please don't do that to me. So it feels like the chords sort of want to be this. They want to be A flat, major 7, E flat, major 9, B flat major. So A flat, E flat, B flat. But it didn't seem like you were conscious of that or weren't sure what chords these were trying to be. And as a result, when your bass came in, I think your bass is going between. It's not really reacting to the chords changing on top. Remember, one of the main jobs of the bass is to, not a hard and fast rule or anything, but it, part of what it does is it plays the root note of whatever chord is on top, and it'll help us hear how, tell us how to hear the chords on top. Right now, that's not going on. The bass doesn't really seem to be listening to the chords on top. It seems to be playing its own melody, which is part of what a bass can do, but it needs to also have some support to the chords, and right now we don't have that. Another thing is, it just feels like we could also get a new lead component as well, like a catchy melody. So like you could, while you're playing your chords. So, I don't know, just something more there, because it's a solid start, but I think you need to be a little bit more clear about what you're doing harmonically, making the chords and the bass listen to one another, and bring back some booty bass in your kick, for example, and see if you can take the track further. It's a solid start, but I think you could push it. Cool. All right. F minor 9, E flat 7, G minor 7. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the case. Let's try playing with that. Okay. Yeah, the first chord, it's not quite clear that's an F chord. It feels like it wants to be A flat. The F, you really need to reinforce the F if you want the first chord to be felt like that. But I totally got the last chord wrong. I thought it was a B flat, but you're right, it is a G minor 9. So, the confusion is coming from the fact that we have no support. We have no contacts for these chords. So let the bass make that happen. Okay. All right. Cool. I think that's time. But thank you so much for all being here. I really had a great time. It's super fun listening to what you guys are up to and seeing you all progress and roasting some tracks. One of my favorite things to do, for sure. So awesome. Thank you guys so much. Patreon subscribers. I'm not going to be doing the live stream on Monday. I'll probably do it on Sunday. So Patreon exclusive live stream happening this Sunday. And hopefully a new video next week. That'll be great. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace.